In this video, we are going to make an infrared remote control device to toggle AC appliances. For example, controlling this table lamp, this electric fan, or anything you can plug into an outlet. So let's get started. First of all, this is the plant system. We have a power supply here directly connected to the mains. Basically, this is a phone charger. Outputs regulated 5 volts DC, so we now have a 5 volts rail. This part is the infrared remote receiver / decoder, and what it does is to sense the coded light pulses from the infrared remote. This circuitry will be salvaged from this cheap remote control LED lamp. See, that's the infrared detector. The output and input terminals of the circuit is very easy to locate. This first pair is for power because it is in parallel with the smoothing electrolytic capacitor. And these wires will be the output. The blue wire is ground. Now, we connect the output to the base of this NPN transistor. Now if we click the on button, the output of this receiver will toggle high or 5 volts. So the transistor will turn on, and so this 5 volts relay will also turn on. Then finally, the appliance we plug in will be powered. By the way, this diode here is a flyback diode or freewheeling diode, which absorbs the high voltage spike generated by the coil of this relay at the moment it turns off. Therefore, it protects the transistor. The circuitry will be placed onto this phone charger enclosure. I make the outlet in this area and I do it by melting. Now, I put these metal strips for the contact terminals. So we can now plug our appliance. We don't have this proper 5 volts relay available, so I built my own out of this hack 12 volts relay that I converted to 5 volts by decreasing the coil turns. I soldered the connections for the relay and glued it in place. I tested the relay and it works. I'm lacking space for the circuitry, so I make the main board even smaller by transferring the SMD IC in this area. And we can call this the flying components. I cut the excess board, so now it's even smaller. I connect it to the power supply to test it, and it actually works. This is the power supply board. I extend this using this vinyl tile. I cut it into rectangular shapes and glue them like this. All the part fits in place, so I finalized and closed the enclosure. Then I covered it with aluminum tape. This hole here is for the infrared detector, but unfortunately, it only detects when the remote is near. So I disassembled again and placed the detector outside. Luckily, it now detects even when the remote control is at a far distance. Speaking of remote, the remote control had no battery. I have a scrap Li-ion battery. It's almost dead, but I can still power this remote. Now, the LED pulses infrared light. Great! Actually, camera can only see this, but we cannot. I can now remote control any appliance. For example, this air conditioner has no remote control function, but now it does. The relay of this device is rated at 5 amp, so a 230 volts device less than 1000 watts would be alright to control. It can even handle this washing machine. Alright, So that's it guys. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe button. And remember, be innovative.